Well, hello, everybody. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Brianna McWilliam. I'm an author, educator, Reiki practitioner, and creative arts therapist, and I've been in the field for about 13 years now. And I am popping in here again one more time in our feed just to give you sort of a last chance and hurrah to sign up for the Abundant Healer 90 Days to Scale Your Practice Online for $500 off the regular price, as well as including all of the Branding with Soul videos that we have done over our past 5-day challenge. And if you weren't able to catch those videos before the recap page expired, you can still head over there and download the PDF. And you can still find some of the videos that we did offering free professional feedback on individuals' websites and digital platforms on our public page, as well as inside the private Facebook group. Now, you might be wondering, okay, that's great, but what is this thing on my screen? Well, in here, this is a slide of my dashboard. This is what my dashboard looks like right now inside of my school. My school is called Creative Arts Therapies Online.com, and it is hosted through Teachable. This is my dashboard, and this is how much money I have made this month so far, and that is $10,117.85. So when I say that there are real tangible outcomes like calling in clients' cash flow and clout into your business, I'm not just blowing smoke up your butt. I mean it. There are real outcomes to this. Okay. So I want to ask you, are you tuned in, tapped in, and turned on in your practice? Have you found that sweet spot of alignment that not only conjures a vision of freedom and abundance, but actually puts money in the bank? So as a therapist, coach, and or healer, I bet you have big dreams and an even bigger heart, full of desire to be the highest of the highest service of all to as many as you can. And when you think about those big dreams, you get pretty darn excited, don't you? You get those tingly chills throughout your body, and you just know in that moment that you're really touching upon something that you are in alignment with, that's in your vortex, right? For all of you Hicks fans out there. But then you sit down and you start to write a business plan, and all of a sudden, all of that inspiration and energy just kind of shrivels up into a tangled web of fear and limiting beliefs and self-doubt, doesn't it? And you start telling yourself that, oh, looking at the numbers and crunching those numbers is kind of ruining your vibe. And so you do something that you hope will work and kind of let the cards fall where they may. That is not surrendering to source. That's not letting go of the hows. That's actually operating from a place of fear and self-doubt. So action without aligning first, that is going to lead to a heck of a lot of work swimming upstream against the current of life. Yes, it will. But alignment without action also is going to leave you treading water, or worse, remaining stagnant in a slowly sinking ship. Okay. So as a therapist, coach, and or healer, what if you had a proven set of systems running in the background that had your phone ringing almost every day with new clients looking to work with you? Just imagine how you'd feel if you never had to worry about clients canceling at the last minute, missing their payments, dropping off without notice, or fighting with insurance companies just to get your rent paid. So the fact is that a lot of therapists, coaches, and healers, they don't know how to set up these systems that will put their practices on autopilot so they don't have to worry about bringing clients into their businesses again, so that they can make 10 grand a month in primarily passive income. Okay. So enrolling in my program, The Abundant Healer 90 Days to Scale Your Practice Online, could change all that. And it did for me, as you can see on the screen right now. So after implementing the strategies that I share with you in this program under the guidance of my inner being, my source energy, my spirit, my higher self, whatever vernacular you prefer, I did this in little under a year. And I started generating up to $10,000 a month, as you see on the screen right there, in online revenue. And I did it with no prior experience in marketing or online technologies. And I also did it with a broken heart, next to no money in the bank, raising a 6-year-old son of my own, and taking care of family members with chronic illnesses. And yes, it is kind of still blowing my mind. Now, in case you weren't aware, if you participated in our Branding with Soul challenge last week, the recap page has officially expired, but due to popular demand and some emails that I have received, I've decided to extend that bonus until tonight at midnight. So if you do decide to take advantage of the offer to buy the Abundant Healer program for $500 off, then you will get the Branding with Soul videos for free. So you sign up for the Abundant Healer program, and when you get to the thank you page, you'll be given the option to claim those videos for free. Okay. And you would have to do that by midnight tonight. And so let me ask you, if you participated in our challenge, did you have fun with it? Did you find yourself exercising your creativity in ways that maybe you haven't in a long time, or maybe you never have before, or maybe you found yourself thinking of the relationship between marketing copy and text and speaking to your clients from the perspective of your clients as something that you never quite considered before, and then maybe you even surprised yourself with how much you actually enjoyed it? Were you surprised by a little voice that kind of whispered, oh, wow, I think I can do this, and it's even kind of fun, like this is marketing? Well, if this is you, there really is a lot more where that came from. And if you stop now, you'll kind of miss out on reaping the benefits of all the fruits of your labor that you've gone through over this past week. And so I really want you to hear me when I tell you this. Your clients, they do not need convincing of the value of your service or product. They don't need you to create 3, 4, 5 pages educating them on how great the things are that you've studied. Okay. They also don't need you to convince that they may probably need what you've studied. What is required is for you to show them how to prioritize and value what they need. But most of us experience a lifetime of conditioning that tells us we should suppress our needs because it makes us weak and vulnerable. So even if we did need something, it's shoved to the bottom of our priority list. And so we tend to spend money on the things that we prioritize, and oftentimes our priorities, they're effed up. Now, for therapists, coaches, and healers, this is precisely the issue that we want to help people with, right? But as individuals who feel that we were put on this planet to assist and serve, it is often the issue that we most struggle with ourselves. And so if you're someone who's kind of sitting on their hands, hovering over the payment button, feeling all the things over this decision and committing to your practice and to your investing in your own abundances, I'm going to be honest with you. No one's going to swoop in and save you. No matter how many people you ask for advice, no one else is going to be able to make this decision for you. And you know what? No one else is going to be able to help you build your practice into the thriving, abundant business that you know it can be, that your spirit and inner being knows that it can be. But you know what? That's okay, because you have the power of source energy pumping through your veins. And that is all you could ever need to build the life that you desire. And deep down inside, you know that. And that what has brought you here today, participating in this challenge, watching me on this live feed. Something in you has called me into your experience. And so now it's up to you to decide what direction you're going to take. What inspired action are you accessing, feeling into in this moment? Sometimes the problem is that you forget how powerful you are, that there's no way that I'm here without you having called me into your experience. Okay. So I would like to offer you 2 things before I sign off once and for all from our Branding with Soul extravaganza that we have been on, and also letting you know about the limited time offer and that it is expiring soon. And so the first thing I want to offer is the exact intentions and affirmations that I used when I started out on this journey a little over a year ago. And secondly, I'm going to offer you a new story that hopefully will help you make a decision that puts you in alignment with your soul purpose, whatever that is. And so first, let's take a look at the intentions and affirmations. So right now, we're going to cut straight through those limiting beliefs and distracting overwhelm and really concretize this for you. So if you have a pen and paper, I suggest you write this down. And that is, in 1 or 2 sentences, your biggest dream. If you were generating, let's say, $10,000 a month, just like I am, like you can see here on the screen there, what would you do with that money? Now, maybe that's too far off for you. Let's shrink it down. What if you were making an additional $2,000 to $5,000 per month? Now, I want you to try to not write this down from a place of scarcity. No, pay off my loans. No, oh, I'm going to save it for a rainy day. No. I want you to imagine that your dreams are beyond this. Your loans are in the long forgotten past. Okay, there's no debt. I want to ask you to dream bigger. You are dreaming from a place of full abundance and you want for nothing. So whatever that is, I'd invite you to write down what comes next for you. What would make your soul sing, and what would you do just for the pure pleasure of it? Okay. And after you write that down, you want to think about what are you willing to offer in exchange? And it's not just about money. This is really important because it's not just about money. Because you really cannot get something for nothing. And if you're not willing to dedicate any time for your dream, how is that supposed to materialize? If you're not willing to invest any money in your dream, you're energetically devaluing it in your mind, in your heart, to your friends, and to the universe. And if, as therapists, coaches, and healers, you're not willing to learn something new that could potentially transform your quality of life, I mean, how could you expect your clients to take guidance around transformative processes seriously? And so if you're interested in learning more about how to generate income online, here is what I suggest that you offer your dream in return, because these are the exact offerings that I made when I started out a little over a year ago, and they have worked out pretty well for me so far, as you can see. So I am willing to invest in a program that will give me the proper guidance and support. And I did do that to the tune of 15 grand, actually. I am willing to set aside 2 to 3 hours per week to learn new strategies and technologies. I'm willing to honor and prioritize my creativity and my soul purpose. I am willing to work through my visibility blocks and shed my shame. I am willing to face anything that scares me head on. I am willing to take full responsibility for my business and for my future. So no more, I'm just a nutty artist, or I'm just a flaky spiritualist type here. You are dumping that dead weight and that limiting belief today. You don't carry those excuses with you anymore beyond this point. If you do nothing else walking away from this video, that is what you do. Because these are the very things that make you good at what you do. Your creativity, your vision, your connection to spirit even. That is what's going to make you successful in a very grounded and concrete endeavor. And that's ultimately what's going to make you stand out and attract the abundances that you seek in the material world. So if you can decide and commit to offering these things in exchange for your dream, then your dream will become a reality. Okay, so that's the first thing, setting the intention and identifying quite specifically what it is that you are willing to offer in exchange for your dream. Now, I'd like to rewrite some negative self-stories that you may be carrying around, and then I promise I will leave you alone. Unless you want to spend more time with me, and then we're going to get to know each other, right? Okay. If you are struggling with fears like, I don't have the time right now, I don't have the money right now, I'd just mess it up anyway, I can't compete, and I wouldn't complete it. There's just not enough in the market for me. There's too much competition, right? Why should I even try? No one's going to pay attention to it anyway. Insurance won't cover my services, so why should I bother? I wouldn't know where to even find my clients. I wouldn't even know where to begin. I've never made $1 online before. I've never built an online course. I'm not an online person, and I wouldn't even know the first thing about online marketing. Well, if you're saying these things to yourself, number one, then this is the perfect program for you, because I made it specifically for you, for individuals that were struggling with those things. Secondly, sometimes you tell these things to yourself and then you become resigned to continuing to struggle in a burnout job that doesn't respect boundaries and undervalues what you do and makes you work more for less. Or then you just decide to kind of keep banging away at the same old grind, plateaued in your practice, juggling clients that come in and out, worrying about if you'll be able to pay rent on your office for the next month, and then lamenting the low professional ceiling. So when you give in to any one of these fears, you're not saying no to something that you don't have time for. What you're doing is you're saying no to the only thing that really matters in your life and in your practice. And to my mind, that's your God-given reason for being here, and that is to thrive. So if you are someone who's sitting on their hands, again, and kind of hovering over that payment button, and you're feeling all the things over this decision, here's a new story for you. Inside of me is the drive, tenacity, determination, grace, ease, flow, and fire of the energy that creates worlds. I am perfectly capable of learning new skills. I take pleasure in honing in on what brings me joy and fine-tuning my practice so that it can be accessed by soul clients across the world. I am too big to be constrained by time or by space, and opportunities to expand beyond those limitations now flow freely to me. Money is an expression of value and priority, and I choose to value and prioritize what brings me joy and satisfies my needs for alignment and expansion, because that is what will assist me in bringing alignment and expansion to those that I wish to serve. There are no right or wrong decisions. I cannot misstep, but I can open more doors through which my soul wishes to pass. And those doors are increasingly available to me as I ponder now the possibilities. Deep inside, I know what is right for me. And I invite you just to take a deep breath and let that new story sink in. You might even close your eyes and kind of feel around for a decision. It is there. I know it is, and certainly you know it is. And whatever that decision is, it is a blessing for you. And so if ultimately that decision is to join me and to step into those possibilities, I look forward to seeing you on the inside. And I would encourage you to sign up now while you still have a bonus and a limited time offer available to you. And if you have any questions, you can post them in the comments below this video, or you can reply to any of the emails you have received throughout this branding challenge. And I look forward to seeing you soon.